Which is the longest bridge above water in India? Correct answer. A. Dhola Sadia Bridge, Bhupen Hazarika Setu. Where is the largest animal fair in India held? Correct answer. D. Sonepur Mela, Bihar. Which is the largest auditorium in India? Correct answer. B. Sri Shanmukhananda Hall, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Which is the highest dam in India? Correct answer. C. Tehri Dam, Uttarakhand. Which is the largest desert in India? Correct answer. A. Thar, Rajasthan. Which is the largest cave temple in India? Correct answer. D. Kailash Temple, Ellora, Maharashtra. Which is the largest zoological park in India? Correct answer. B. Vandalur Zoo, 1300 acres. Which is the highest peak in India? Correct answer. C. Kanchenjunga, 8,586 meters. Which is the longest tunnel in India? Correct answer. A. Pir Panjal Tunnel. Which is the largest delta in India? Correct answer. D. Sundarbans, West Bengal. Which Indian state has the maximum forest area? Correct answer. B. Madhya Pradesh, 77,522 square kilometers. Which temple has the longest corridor in India? Correct answer. C. Ramnath Swami Temple of Rameswaram, Tamil Nadu. Which is the highest waterfall in India? Correct answer. A. Kunchikal Falls. Which is the longest road in India? Correct answer. D. National Highway 44. Which is the highest gateway in India? Correct answer. B. Buland Darwaza, Fatehpur Sikri, Uttar Pradesh. Which is the longest river in India? Correct answer. A. The Ganges, 2,525 kilometers. Which is the largest museum in India? Correct answer. D. Indian Museum, Kolkata. Which is the largest dome in India? Correct answer. C. Gol Gumbaz, Bijapur, Karnataka. Which is the tallest statue in India? Correct answer. A. Statue of Unity, Gujarat, 182 meters. Which is the largest public sector bank in India? Correct answer. B. State Bank of India. Which is the biggest cantilever bridge in India? Correct answer. D. Rabindra Setu or Howrah Bridge, Kolkata. Which is the longest canal in India? Correct answer. C. Indira Gandhi Canal or Rajasthan Canal, Rajasthan. Which is the longest railway platform in India? Correct answer. A. Sri Siddharudha Swamiji Hubballi Junction. Which is the biggest stadium in India? Correct answer. D. Narendra Modi, Motera Cricket Stadium, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Which is the most popular city in India? Correct answer. B. Delhi. Which is the longest passenger train route in India? Correct answer. C. Dibrugarh to Kanyakumari. Which is the longest national highway in India? Correct answer. A. NH44, Srinagar to Kanyakumari, 3,745 kilometers. Which Indian state has the longest coastline? Correct answer. B. Gujarat. Which is the highest lake in India? Correct answer. D. Cholamu Lake, North Sikkim. Which is the largest saline water lake in India? Correct answer. C. Sambhar Lake, Rajasthan. Which is the largest freshwater lake in India? Correct answer. A. Wular Lake. Which is the largest cave in India? Correct answer. D. Kremliet-Preh, Meghalaya. Which is the longest river in southern India? Correct answer. B. Godavari River. Which is the longest dam in India? Correct answer. A. Hirakud Dam, Odisha. Which are the highest gallantry awards in India? Correct answer. C. Paramveer Chakra for military and Ashok Chakra, the highest peacetime gallantry honor. Which is the highest award in India? Correct answer. D. Bharat Ratna. Which southern Indian state has the longest coastline? Correct answer. B. Andhra Pradesh. Which is the longest sea beach in India? Correct answer. A. Marina Beach, Chennai. What is the highest motorable road in India? Correct answer. C. Migla Pass, Eastern Ladakh. Which is the largest artificial lake in India? Correct answer. D. Govind Vallabh Pant Sagar, Uttar Pradesh. Which is the deepest river valley in India? Correct answer. B. Dibang Valley, Arunachal Pradesh. Which is the largest river in India that does not form a delta? Correct answer. A. Narmada River. Which is the biggest river island in India? Correct answer. C. Majuli, Brahmaputra River, Assam. Which is the largest planetarium in India? Correct answer. D. Birla Planetarium. Which is the highest airport in India? Correct answer. B. Leh Airport, Ladakh. Which is the largest state in India by area? Correct answer. A. Rajasthan, 3,42,239 square kilometers. Which is the smallest state in India by area? Correct answer. C. Goa, 3,702 square kilometers.